so much later. MAZDA can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Glen tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at him.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
MAZDA still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
The Apex iRacing League rolls into week 3 with momentum crackling in the air. 2 rounds and the MAZDA MX-5 Cup has already carved its early heroes and exposed its first fractures. Now the championship arrives at a place that needs no embellishment, Watkins Glen, a cathedral of speed where legends are made by not inches but by miles. Tonight the field faces twin 20-minute heat races, each one a sprint into the unknown. No time to settle, no room to breathe, just pure relentless pressure. The S's will test bravery and the bus stop will punish hesitation. The carousel will demand absolute trust in the car beneath them. Every driver comes here chasing something, redemption, momentum, or the simple thrill of proving they belong at the sharp end. When the lights go out, the Glen will show no mercy. This is week 3. This is the MX-5 Cup. This is Apex This, where every lap writes a new line in the story. If you want racing action in MX-5 door-to-door action, you found it here. Welcome in, this is Racer Nexus. I am Rob Campbell. We've got twin 20-minute heats on the way here this evening. The driver's just out there putting in qualifying laps right now. We'll get to the track here shortly, but first off, let's take a look and see what conditions we have here facing our drivers this evening. Weather, 77-degree air temp. That's going to translate into 106-degree Fahrenheit track temp. So it's a little bit of a scorcher out there this evening for our drivers. They've got a heck of a lot of conditions to deal with, and I'm sorry if things are kind of buffering in the background here. It's a little bit of an internet issue on the back end here. Hopefully it clears up on the back end, but we'll keep plugging along here. Again, 77-degree air temp, 106-degree track temp. Blistering conditions out there. Let's take a look at our championship standings coming into this one. Leading the way in the pro side, DJ Allison, Draney, 87 points. He is comfortably ahead of Jim Feliz by 19 points in second place. Brian Lepke in third. Not too far back, 51 points. Joshua Soto in fourth. Kelly Greenhoe and Michael Brock deadlocked for fifth place at 44 points. Over on the mid-pack Larry's side of things, we see Ethan Boyle coming in this one with a commanding lead, 27 points ahead of Jason Meinhardt in second place. Aaron Sunday in third, only 2 points back of him. Chris King in 4th. Dylan Foster going to round out your top 5. William Stern just out in the outside of the top 5 looking in. So we go. Let's head down to the track and see how our drivers are doing here this evening. As we hop on board here with Keegan Garrig. He's going to cross the line to put in his first lap time. It's early laps coming in here. Charles Wolf going to take the provisional pole here as it stands with the first laps coming in with a 2:08.20 for Charles. So looking strong right now for Charles. He's going to park it. Jim Feliz will pick him up. Jim heading up into the S's right now, sitting in second place, 2/10 back of Charles Wolf in second place. Jim comes into this one, as we just saw, second place in the AM Championship. So see how Jim does here this evening. Up and over the bus, or into the bus stop he goes. Tony Wallace currently sitting in third place. We didn't see Tony last week as we headed to Monza. He is back this week, so nice to see him back. See what kind of attempt he can try and take top spot away here this week. Jonathan Cooper. Had a nice season last season, Coop. Trying to build off that here this season. Currently sitting in 7th place in qualifying. As we're seeing more and more lap times come in. 40 cars in the session here this evening, so going to be a ton of cars on track. It's going to be tough to keep track of them. We're going to have tight battles all throughout. The Mazdas always bring us tight battles week in, week out. And Watkins Glen, it's just a track in general. It kind of breeds a lot of tight, close battles, so we expect to see a lot more of that coming here this evening. Let's head on down through the field here, see what else we got. So pick up Michael Tandagretti, one of our camera cars this evening too as well. We see Michael sharing his cam there as he's working on his first lap. We get to see a time here from him, so see what time he puts in across the line. We've got a number of new drivers here this evening too as well. Kurt Moss, we've seen him in seasons past, haven't seen him in a little bit. He's rejoined us again. Kurt currently sitting in 11th place. Top 12 positions all occupied by our pro class drivers. Let's check in on our AM drivers. Currently Joshua Smith leading the way on the inside. Oh, as I say that, Ethan Boyle, our championship leader coming to this one, he's going to hop ahead of him in 15th place overall, top spot in AM. That's going to knock Joshua Smith down into second in class. 17th overall, Keegan Garrig right in behind him too as well. So tight battle between Joshua and Keegan there for second spot in AM. Corey Mitchell not to be counted out though. Corey currently sitting in 19th place, 4th in class right now qualifying. Getting down to the last couple minutes here, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Kent Kruger, last season's AM champ, who got bumped up into the pro class this season. Kent's been holding his own. Currently sitting 21st in qualifying, 17th in class, 18th in class now, as I mentioned that got a couple drivers jump up into top spot, but things getting tight up front. Jim Feliz has hopped himself up into pole position right now, 2/10 ahead of Charles Wolf. As I say that, James Newell out of nowhere going to knock Feliz down into second place by 2/10 as well. So a lot of shuffling going on up top. Keep an eye on how things are going up there. Brian Lemke, last season's pro winner. A lot of tough, stiff competition coming in this season. Lemke has his work cut out for him to try and take back-to-back pro championships here, but right now doing what he needs to do. 6th place. Kelly Greenhoe, rough race last week at Monza for Kelly. Got involved in a wreck in heat number 1, and then unfortunately again heat number 2 for Kelly. He got wrapped up in another wreck, so hopefully things working a little better this week for Kelly. Keep an eye on how things go for him. Let's go a little farther back in the field here. Let's see who else we got on track. We've got Glenn Blanchard, another driver, had a little bit of an issue last week. Got wrapped up in a couple of wrecks, so we're hoping for a better race for him. Currently sitting in 34th place as he crosses the line there with a 2:11.15. Nice lap for him. Let's pick up Sean Drew. He's coming into the last couple corners here. Currently sitting in 30th place. We'll see if he's able to improve on his 2:10.37. As Sean heading to the line, let's hop on board with him. See that run to the line. See those rain clouds off in distance. We should actually mention No rain in the forecast here for the race, but there was some rain showers early on at the beginning of practice. Track is looks like it's pretty much dried up. A couple little damp spots here and there, but shouldn't really affect the race all that much. Pick up Brian Zing, currently 16th place. He's going to cross the line. Is he able to improve? He does not. 209.65. That's not going to best his 209.33 that he had earlier on. Or sorry, 209.27 his quick lap. So Ethan Boyle, our AM championship leader coming into this race. He's going to slide through the bus stop. Really hanging out that back end through the carousel. Sitting in 19th place. He's not going to have time to finish that lap. Parker Dime just finished up a lap for him. Got himself up into 20th place. And that's going to do it for qualifying. So we'll give timing and scoring a minute here to reset. And then we'll have a look at what our grid is going to look like here this evening. Again, more than 40 cars set to grid up here this evening. So we will take a look and see how that's it's going to shape up here in a matter of moments. In the meantime, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But here we go. Here's the grid. James Newell going to take top spot ahead of Charles Wolfe. Couple MAV Motorsports machines up top of the standings. P3 goes to Jim Feliz with Tony Wallace to his outside. Row 3, we're going to find Thomas Lathrop in 5th with Brian Lemke in 6th place. Row 4 is Kelly Greenhoe in 7th with John Cooper starting in 8th place. Row 5, we're going to find P9 and P10. That's Sam Swan and Michael Brock. 6th row is P11, Gregorio Moreno Jr. and Andrew McMurray in 12th. 7th place, or row 7, excuse me. 13th place, Joseph Barr. 14th place, welcome back, Kurt Moss. Row 8, we're going to find 15th place, Sean Kapinski and Brian Zinn in 16th place. Row 9 is 17th place, Joshua Smith, Ethan Boyle in 18th. Row 10, our top 20, Ozzik Sulu in 19th place, Parker Dime in 20th. 21st goes to Keegan Garrig and Corey Mitchell in 22nd. Row 12, Ryan Ryder in P23, Kent Kruger in 24th place. In row 13, we're going to find Michael Tanagretta in 25th with Roman Bykov in 26th place. Row 14, Dylan Foster in 27th and Jason Meinhardt to his outside in 28th. Row 15th, Sean Giroux in 29th, ran at top 30, Justin Mack. 16th place where we find Spencer Bodway and Connor Menard, that's 31st and 32nd. Row 17, Brandon Banks in 33rd and Luke Harrigan in 34th. Row 18, Glenn Blanchard in 31st with Harrison Mealy to his outside in 36th. Matt Bond in 37th and Aaron Sunday in 38th. That's row 19. Row 20, Christopher Diaz in 39th. Joshua Soto starting from the back in row 20 at 40th place. 21st row, we're going to find Austin Diltz in 41st and Joshua D in 42nd. And row 22, Aaron Law in 43rd and Paul Bailey rounding out the field. So there we go, 44 cars for your entertainment here tonight. We'll have to ask you, are you not entertained? Welcome into Racers Nexus and Apex this Mazda action. If you want to get involved in this action, you can. You can find a link to the Discord in the description of the video. They are racing 3 times a week. You can also catch that action on the ticker below, but Sunday nights is Mazda racing, which you're picking up here right now. Tuesday nights, GT4 action. That's a straight 40-minute sprint race. And then Friday nights is going to be, the first half of the season is Porsche Cup, and I believe they switched from LMP3 to LMP2. That's Fridays. Fridays are not broadcasted. And then the second half of the season is still yet to be decided what car combo they're going to go to. We broadcast Sunday nights, the Mazda racing, as you're watching here right now. GT4 action is broadcasted too as well. You can find Chris Murphy and Alex Goldschmidt covering the action on Tuesday nights. This week they'll be heading to Mid-Ohio. Should be a interesting track in the GT4 machines. So we're doing a full pace lap here this evening. Again, 2 20-minute sprints. Our drivers will have to wait on the green flag. It does not go on the leader. So you'll see the whole field stay in formation on the front straight until we get the drop of the green flag, and then all bets are off at that point in time. Every driver for themselves. So it should be a ton of fun. Looking forward to it. We have our picture-in-picture going tonight too as well. We're going to follow on board with Corey Mitchell. He is, where is Corey in the grid here? I'm trying to remember where he qualified, but somewhere in the mid-pack is where we'll find Corey Mitchell. 22nd place, I believe, is where Corey qualified. So keep an eye on what he's going to see there mid-pack. Hopefully it's a clean race, but stick around. Anything can happen. A couple more corners to go. The field heading into the penultimate corner here now. The quick little left-hander. Be a slight little lift of the throttle as they head through on full power. Welcome in Perfect Jen. Michael Brock starting in 10th place. We'll see how he does this evening. Into the final corner we go. The field will be stacked up behind James Newell and Charles Wolf from MAV Motorsports Machines in the front row. They've got their teammate Tony Wallace starting the second row with Jim Feliz. Here we go. Barney's got the green flag. First of two 20-minute heats about to kick off. Green flag is out, and away we go. See the cars fanning out in behind, 3, 4, 5 wide. Let's bring in our onboard camera here with Corey Mitchell so you can keep an eye on what's going on back there. But in turn one, looks like Newell going to get the jump over Charles Wolf up ahead as everybody's fanning through. Oh, Corey Mitchell, Kent Kruger involved in something back there. A couple of our admin cars. Oh, we'll see if we can pick up what happened to them a little later on, but we've got cars going 2, 3, 4 wide. Up through the S's, Kelly Greenhoe, John Cooper, 2 wide. In behind them, we're seeing 3 wide. Sam Swan, Andrew McMurray, Michael Brock in there too as well. Brock sticks his nose out around Jonathan Cooper. They head into the bus stop for the first time. 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide. Can everybody get through here without any issues? So far, so good. Looks like the front half of the pack able to make it through. Let's hop back a little bit. See how the rest of the pack's doing. Well done to all our drivers right now. Looking very clean heading through the bus stop. We had that incident early on, but see if we can pick up what happened to them as the race proceeds. But James Newell started on pole, has himself out front. Can he stay out there though? Yet to be seen. Yet to be seen. He and his teammate Charles Wolf trying to work together to pull away from the rest of the pack. They have a swarm of angry Mazdas trying to chase them down. They're doing what they need to do though. Try and pull away. Let's pop in behind them. Tony Wallace is going to make it 1, 2, 3 for MAV Motorsports drivers. Jim Flees and Brian Lemke trying to find a way to separate those 3 drivers. Put some division in between them. Okay, let's take a look at what happened when we got a moment here between Corey Mitchell and Kent Kruger. A couple of our admins wrapped up an incident here into turn 1. So we see them part of the 3-4 wide. Looks like Kent. Oh, looks like Corey got a little rub with the Shell oil machine, got into Kent, and they both go around. So not sure who that was that Corey got involved with, but unfortunately both are 2 of our admins out early on. Let's go a little farther back in the pack here as we pick up. We'll bring the leaders up on the inlay as we follow along with Kurt Moss and Andrew McMurray on the top screen. Moss in the yellow car, McMurray in the green Rexy AO themed Mazda on the outside. McMurray going to try and go the long way around. Gregorio Moreno going to try and make it 3 wide as they head into the bus stop. Something's got to give here. Oh, Moreno backed out of it. They were bumping and banging, shifting off each other. Thankfully, he backed out of it. Otherwise, we were going to have 3, possibly 4 wrecked Mazdas into the bus stop. Cooler heads prevailed there, though. Thankfully, they'll continue on as they head through the carousel. They'll live to fight another day here. Let's drop back in the pack a little bit farther here. Parker Dime currently in 19th place. Dime just in behind Joshua Smith. I think Parker Dime might have been that car that had contact with Corey Mitchell, or Corey Mitchell had contact with him. I believe that was the Sunoco machine. We got two similarly painted Sunoco machines in the field, so I'm not sure which one it was, but you see Dime trying to chase down our top two AM drivers, Joshua Smith and Ryan Ryder, just up ahead. Top four still status quo on the in lane. Newell, Wolf, Wallace, Feliz, Lemke, Lathrop, all there as they've been. Let's go on board here with Parker Dine, see what he's seeing. You can see a swarm of Mazdas. You got cars everywhere up ahead. He's got Joshua Smith immediately ahead of him, Kapinski and Ryder going side by side, just up ahead of him as they head into the penultimate corner. Pick up that battle here. On board now here with Kapinski, the green and yellow machine, trying to work his way around Ryan Ryder. Going to try and go the outside here through the final corner. Doesn't have enough overlap to make that pass stick. He's going to have to duck in behind and try and make the move down to the front straight. We'll see here if he pulls out. Welcome in, Jen. It does look like Mario Kart with the colors. Very colorful track. The updated curbing at Watkins, Glen. Red, white, blue. Oh, we see Joshua Smith going way out wide. I don't believe we're running the NASCAR limits. That's going to be an incident point, if not a slowdown for him. But he's got Spencer Bodway to his outside now here. We'll see if Smith can defend a move here on Bodway. Bodway getting some help from Michael Tannegretta. We know that's there at one of our camera cars. We'll see here. Let's bring Tannegretta up on cam. See him tucked in behind Bodway as they head into the bus stop. Smith on the outside, backs out. Tannegretta going to take that position away. That's going to move him up 5 positions on the day into 20th place. Last spot in the top 20 for Michael Tannegretta. Let's head back up to the leaders, see what's going on up here. Newell still leading the way. His two teammates in tow, Wolf and Wallace. Feliz, Lemke, Lathrop, Cooper trying to find a way around there. Greenhoe, Brock, and it looks like Kurt Moss going to be the final car trying to get into this pack here right now as they've broken away from the secondary pack that has Sam Swan leading the way over Joseph Marr. Andrew McMurray around into the wall. Oh, Ryan Ryder around too as well into the wall. So what started out as a promising race for Ryan Ryder, he is around in the toe of the boot. He's going to lose the front bumper on that car and a ton of time here. It's unfortunate for him. That's going to leave Brock as the final car on this lead pack. So first to 9th, all in tow. Kurt Moss just a hair back from them. It looks like he might be getting caught though by Sam Swan leading that secondary pack. He, Joseph Marr, Brian Zinn, Parker Dime, Gorio Moreno, Roman Bykoff, Sean Kapinski, Spencer Bodway, Ozik Sulu, Joshua Smith, Michael Tannegretta, Jason Meinhardt, and I believe Keegan Garrig is the next pack back there. So we've got a chase pack from 11th to 22nd here, trying to chase down our top 10 drivers. They're going to need a little formation here and not so much battling if they're going to do that. But up ahead, Newell still leading the way as we look back here from his bumper. I don't suspect we'll see much of a challenge from Wolf or Wallace until we get down to the later stages of this heat. I suspect these 3 MAV Motorsports drivers are going to try and work together. It's going to be up to Feliz, Lemke, and Lathrop to try and separate those drivers. See here, Feliz on board with Feliz as they head into the bus stop. All these drivers using all the curb that they can, up and over the curbs. Into the bus stop they go. Kurt Moss, looks like his attempt to catch that lead pack is going to go by the wayside here as he's now fallen 2.9 seconds back on Michael Brock, the final car in the pack. Brock needs to find a little bit of pace here. He's in danger of losing that pack now, 8/10 back of Kelly Greenhoe. Greenhoe going to send it off track. I mentioned in the opener, Kelly, rough race last week at Monza. He'll be looking for a better showing here this evening. Right now, doing what he needs to do, up into 8th place, down 1 spot from where he qualified, as he's given that position to Jonathan Cooper, who's taken away that spot from Greenhoe. Started in 8th, Greenhoe in 7th. They've swapped positions. See if they can work together with any of these drivers up ahead, try and separate those MAV Motorsports machines. But let's go a little farther back here. We got some battles up and down the field. 44 cars last count on the grid. We've lost a couple cars out early due to incident, but we've still got looks like 42 on track, so well done. He's on board with Austin Diltz here. He is the other Sunoco painted machine. So we've got Parker Dime and Austin Diltz. It was one of those cars that got involved in the incident with Corey Mitchell early on, and unfortunately cost Mitchell and Kruger their race. Keep an eye on what goes on there, but let's take a quick look here. What happened to Connor Menard? Oh, we got a little bump into the bus stop there by the number 9. That was Justin Back into the back of Connor Menard. Looks like Menard going to call it quits there. Unfortunately for him, potentially some suspension damage, but Austin Diltz starting to pull away from Joshua Soto. Soto doing what we see him do week in, week out, starting at the tail of the field, work his way up through the pack. He's got himself up into 24th now, 16 positions gained from where he started. So well done for Joshua Soto. Again, I see him do it every week, week in, week out. So I'm not really sure why I'm surprised here at this point in time, but he's doing it again, folks. Doing it again. Up front, Wolf still tucked in behind Duel. Nothing's really changed. Everybody kind of still in the same position they are right now. I think at this point in time, they're just trying to find an opportunity to make that move, not force a mistake, wait till the end, let things kind of unfold the way they're going to unfold. Here on the radio, might have been an incident here between Harrison Mealy and Matt Bond. Let's take a look at what happened here. To pick up Harrison Mealy, the white and blue machine, as they head into out of the boot. Oh, I believe that was Matt Bond just ahead of him, got sideways, lost the back end. Unfortunately, Mealy nowhere to go. Still gets himself sorted up, but Harrison Mealy, ton of damage on the front end of that car. Let's head back a little further in the pack. We'll bring the leaders up on the picture-in-picture, but we pick up Parker Dime. He's got Gregorio Moreno to his left. Roman Bykoff, the Coors Lightning machine, without the Coors Lightning paint this season. A little bit of damage on the front end of Bykoff's car. He's trying to chase down Zin and Mar up ahead. Sam Swan still leads his pack, although he's opening up a little bit of a gap now over them. Let's take a look back here from Swan. Sealing one 2x2. Zin and Bykoff trying to make a move around Joseph Mar in behind. Can they make that move? Zin on the inside of Mar into turn 1. Mar going to keep that position though. Zin is going to move ahead of Bykoff. So they're going to drop Moreno down in behind them too as well. Parker Dime tucked up in behind Moreno. Sean Kapinski and Spencer Bodway look like they're working together. Bodway giving Kapinski a little bit of a bump draft here, heading down the short chute as they head towards the bus stop. So those 3 or 4 cars up ahead trying to work together the best they can. Into the bus stop they go. Bykoff and Zin 2x2 into the bus stop. Oh, Bykoff gets loose up on the curbing and around he goes. He's going to spin around. He'll get it collected up, and that's going to drop him all the way back into 22nd. Here comes Joshua Soto, Austin Diltz, Aaron Law, and Luke Harrigan working the way through there. So unfortunate for Roman Bykoff, but he has lost a ton of positions. We'll take a quick look here again and see how that exactly happened. Bykoff just came in there too shallow, got loose up on the curb, spun around. Luckily for everybody there, he didn't come right back out on track. So Sam Swan now has been caught. Josamara right up on the back bumper as you see the leaders on the inlay. Newell still leading the way over Wolf, Wallace, Fleas, and Lathrop. Your top 5 unchanged. This is our tightest battle of cars that are actually jockeying for a position. These guys are out here actually racing, folks. They signed up for a race and they've decided they are going to race. 3 cars trying to break away from the rest of this pack now. It's Sam Swan, Josamara, Brian Zinn, Parker Dime trying to bridge the gap here in between those 2 packs that are developing. Kapinski now moves around. Bodway up into top spot. They need to get some organization back here if they want to reel back in that quartet that's trying to break away up ahead. Let's see, we get some battles a little farther back here. Glenn Blanchard, I mentioned last week, rough race for him at Monza. Nice race for him right now, up 7 spots, currently in 20. Well, he was in 28th. He just got passed by Dylan Foster on the outside. Let's see if Foster can hold on to this position heading into turn 1. Oh, looks like Blanchard going to go around the outside, carrying a ton more pace there. Foster really backed off into the corner. He's got Aaron Sunday and Chris Diaz now right there trying to make the move. They're going to go 3 wide up through the S's. This can spell disaster if they don't get this sorted out. Thankfully, cooler heads prevail here. They back out into at least 2 wide. It's better than single file, but looks like Kelly Greenhoe, something happened to him. I mentioned a rough race for him last week, but it looks like he's dropped back. He is now with Kurt Moss and Michael Brock. Let's see if we can pick up what exactly happened to Kelly Greenhoe. Drop him out of, I believe, the 7th place. So in through the bus stop. It's coming out. Oh, looks like he's had a little bit of contact with Michael Brock, and around he went. Let's see if we can get a blimp shot of here. See if exactly we can see what happened here. So exiting out of the bus stop. Greenhoe to the outside. That's not really going to show us a whole lot there. Let's see if we can try and get a little better angle on that one. Here we go. This will give us a better idea. Greenhoe out to the outside. Oh, he left the door open. Brock tried to stick the nose in there, and the contact ensued. So something happened between Dylan Foster, potentially Brandon Banks. Let's see here. So we picked Dylan Foster up again. We saw him move around Glenn Blanchard and then get that spot back. Oh, man, entering the boot. He's going to lose the back end. Oh, is everybody going to get around him? They are going to get around. He's going to try and get that car turned around and back straightened out. He will. Nicely done there by Dylan. Thank you for holding your brakes. We see Kurt Moss, Greenhoe, and Brock. They're going to have to try and work together. They've fallen 8 seconds back of Jonathan Cooper, who is now embroiled in a battle up ahead. They've started to race here. Tony Wallace has fallen back now as those top 3 have broken away. Now Lemke, Lathrop, Wallace, and Cooper battling it out 2 by 2 on each side. Our top 3 loving this as they're able to pull away. We'll bring the leaders up on screen here. Oh, a little contact there from Cooper into Wallace. He's going to bump him wide into the bus stop. Wallace unable to get it collected up. He's going to have to try and straighten that car out. Tony Wallace not happy on the radio. Oh, man, almost comes right back out in front of Moss, Greenhoe, and Brock as they head through the bus stops. He's going to drop Tony Wallace all the way down into 15th place. He's now going to have to battle to get himself back up ahead, but he's in behind his teammate right now, Gregorio Moreno. See if those 2 MAV Motorsports cars can get linked up. They got their other teammate, Michael Tanagretta, there too as well. So see how they can do working their way through the field. But let's head back up to that battle where we saw Lemke, Lathrop, Cooper, and Greenhoe. Actually, Greenhoe a little farther back, so it's only 4 cars now. Thomas Lathrop up 1 spot from where he qualified into 4th place, just ahead of Lemke and Cooper, but our top 3 still working together here. We're getting to the 3-minute mark. They're going to have 2 laps to go. When they cross the line, they'll have this lap plus 1 more. James Newell, who's led from the drop of the green flag, he's going to lead them across to finish up lap number 7. Feliz looking to the outside of Wolf. Oh, Lathrop into the wall out of the final corner. That's going to a little bit of damage on his car. Jim Feliz trying to separate these 2 teammates. Oh, a little bit of a waggle there by Feliz. Just a little touch on the front bumper of Charles Wolf. Jim Feliz now up into 2nd place. Sets his sights on James Newell up ahead. Again, they'll have this lap plus 1 more. So the time for drivers to move is down. Hop back to that trio in behind. They would love to see that trio up ahead of them battle a little more, and then Lathrop, Lemke, and Cooper could reel them back in. But right now, it looks like they seem content, top 3, to stay in line, save the battling for the final lap. Let's drop back a little bit here. We got a battle between Ozik Sulu and Jason Meinhardt. Meinhardt moves to the inside of Xulu, up over the curb. Xulu takes the line. We saw Bykoff have an issue with earlier. Oh, man, he's going to try and save it. Almost contact there from Meinhardt. Oh, Xulu keeps off. Oh, no, they're coming through. Oh, man, Oz Xulu hits the brakes just in time before he almost murdered Sean Drew and Roman Bykov. No doubt they were seeing Code Brown moments there for those drivers, but Bykov in behind Diltz. Diltz trying to chase down Soto up ahead. Soto up 19. Actually, both these drivers, Soto and Diltz, both up 19 positions from where they qualified. So nice run through the pack for them, but unfortunately with 45 or almost 45 cars in the field, that's only going to net them a 21st and 22nd position. Let's head back up to the leaders. They've got 2 more corners to go here before they start the final lap. They'll pick up the white flag this time by Newell into the final corner. Feliz in tow. Let's see, will Jim Feliz attempt a move into turn 1? Will he stay tucked in and try and make the move on the short chute before the bus stop? Looks like right now Feliz content to stay there. He's going to have to keep an eye on what Charles Wolfe is doing in behind too as well. We know Wolfe and Newell are teammates. They're definitely going to try and work something together, probably in comms together too as well. Up through the S's they go for the final time. Charles Wolfe getting a massive run, using the double draft off those 2 drivers. James Newell comes over to try and steal some of that draft. Feliz on the inside, into the bus stop they go. Feliz falls back into 3rd now, Wolfe into the 2nd. Newell still leads the way. Can Feliz mount a charge as they head into the boot? Can Wolfe find a way around his teammate James Newell? Don't forget, we're going to lock everything down and run another 20-minute heat after this. The top 4 will invert. So right now, Thomas Lathrop in 4th place would start on pole with Feliz to his outside, but we still have things to settle in this one. It's like Sean Gopinski and Kurt Moss had an incident in the background. We're going to stick with this battle, though. Feliz trying to look up the inside of Wolfe, trying to get himself back up into 2nd at least. Side by side they go into the heel of the boot. Feliz on the inside line, but if Wolfe can stay there, that'll translate into the inside, into the next corner for him. He's going to hold on to that spot. That's going to be basically it for overtaking opportunities. It's going to be single file for the most part here into the line. Barring any catastrophic issue here through the final 2 corners, James Newell looks like he's going to wrap up heat number 1 here at Watkins Glen. Week number 3 is going to go to James Newell. 2nd place into Charles Wolfe. Oh, Charles Wolfe going to have to defend Feliz on the outside here. It's a battle to the line. It's like Wolfe is going to hold on to that spot. See a battle here. Parker 9, Joseph Meyer, they're coming out of the final corner. That's for 9th and 10th place. See Zinn up ahead as he's battling Greenhoe. So Greenhoe going to hold on to that spot. Dime going to hold off Marr and Swan. Michael Brock going to come home to 12th place. He's going to recover back to 12th. Nice run for him. Austin Diltz and Roman Bykov across the line. Here we go. Chris Diaz, Justin Back, and Keegan Gehrig. They're heading to the line now. Into the final corner they go. Back in the Bucky's car, leading the way. We saw him get wrapped up with a car early on. I believe that was Dylan Foster, I think it might have been he got in the back of. He's going to get across the line. Kent Kruger. Fortunate start of the race for Kent. He's in behind Ryan Ryder. Ryder, we saw lose it in that corner. They just came through a number of laps ago. So rough heat number 1 for him. We'll see if he can regroup, have a stronger run in heat number 2. Corey Mitchell again. We saw Corey and Kent, 2 of our admins, get wrapped up in turn 1. Corey falling all the way down to the 38th place, 16 positions below where he qualified. You see Glenn Blanchard. Oh, Blanchard out of fuel trying to bump it across the line. Here comes Ryder and Kruger. It's like they're going to both get around him. That's going to drop Blanchard in behind them. It's like Kent Kruger going to give Blanchard a little bit of a bump draft. Well done to Kent Kruger. Corey Mitchell going to say, hell no, I'm going to pass. Oh, no, he's going to stuck in behind them. It's Corey Mitchell. Kent Kruger going to give Glenn Blanchard a little bump across the line. And Ethan Boyle going to be our final car across the line. That will make everything official here. We'll take a look at the official results in a moment. Again, stick around. Another 20-minute heat coming your way. We'll rack them back up. Top 4 will invert. Let's take a look and see who those top 4 are. James Newell takes this one half a second over Charles Wolfe. Jim Flees rounding out the podium. Thomas Lathrop in 4th with Brian Lemke in 5th. Cooper Greenhose in Dime and Bar round out your top 10. Sam Swan, Michael Brock, Spencer Bodway, Tony Walsh, and Gregorio Moreno round out your top 15. Michael Tanagretta in 16th. Our top AM drivers, Joshua Smith and Jason Meinhardt in 16th and 17th position. 19th place goes to Joshua Soto, Austin Dilton 20th, Roman Bykoff in 21st, and rounding out the AM podium, Sean Giroux. Moss, Kapinski, Xulu, Sunday, Harrigan, and back round out your top 28 drivers with Diaz, Gehrig, Foster, Banks, Bailey, Bond, Ryder, Blanchard, Kruger, Mitchell, Boyle, and Menard rounding out your top 40 drivers. Menard, the first car, a lap down. Aaron Law, Harrison Mealy, Andrew McMurray, and Joshua D. Unfortunately, those drivers did not see the checkered flag. They're going to wind up somewhere on our infield used car parking lot. So we'll see them regroup for next session. But looks like we got one of our admins here, Corey Mitchell. Corey popping into chat. Corey, what happened there in turn 1? Looks like maybe you got sideswiped by somebody heading into turn 1, then you and Kent Kruger came to blows.
Yeah, that me and Kent were just talking. That was a pretty boring race. We got stuck at the back all alone. Yeah, went into turn 1. Me and Kent both tried to play it safe and go on the far outside lane just to miss everybody. And we were kind of 3 wide there, and the center car left about 2 lanes to his inside, and I eventually had to turn, and I don't know. I'm not sure who's at fault there, but it definitely ruined the race, so we'll have to start at the back.
Yeah, I believe we're going to see you start somewhere deep in the 30s there, Corey. What are you expecting starting that far back in the pack? You going to kind of take it real easy, is it kind of let things unfold up ahead of you, or just going to go full bore and lay it all on the line?
Yeah, I think probably a little bit of both. I think, obviously lessons learned, just survive turn 1 and 2 and the bus stop on lap 1, and then here it's just draft. That's what happened to me and Kent. We were just all alone. But if I just survive lap 1, get in the draft, and then you got nothing to lose. Just go for it.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck to you, Corey. Hopefully we see you make it through turn 1, and hopefully we don't have the big one that always kind of lurks in the back of everybody's mind at Watkins Glen when it comes to Mazdas.
Definitely famous here.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Okay, so we got about 60 seconds left to go here for our drivers to grid up. Take a quick look here at how things are going to grid. Again, the top 4 will invert. So that's going to put Thomas Lathrop on pole with Jim Flees to his outside, Charles Wolfe and James Newell starting in row 2, Lemke and Cooper in row 3, Greenhose in, Dime, Mar, round out your top 10. Welcome into the chat, Stan Namol. You missed some battling here in heat number 1. Swan and Brock going to start in 11th and 12th. Let's take a look at the rest of the grid here quickly while our drivers grid up. In 13th place is going to be Spencer Bodway with Tony Walsh to his outside. Moreno Jr. and Tanagretta starting 15th and 16th. Joshua Smith and Jason Meinhardt going to be our first 2 AM drivers in 17th and 18th place. Joshua Soto and Austin Diltz, we saw them start tail on the field, work their way up through the field. I believe both of them ended up plus 20 positions or 21 positions at the end of the race. This time they're going to start right smack dab in the middle of the pack. Bykoff in 21st with Sean Giroux, our final step on the podium for AM class, starting at 22nd. Kurt Moss in 23rd with Sean Kapinski in 24th. We saw a couple of those drivers unfortunately have an incident on the last lap of race number 1, so we'll see how they can recoup. Ozzik Sue in 25th with Aaron Sunny in 26th. Harrigan, Bach, Diaz, and Gehrig ran out your top 30. Dylan Foster in 31st with Brandon Banks in 32nd. Paul Bailey and Matt Bond ran out your 33rd and 34th drivers, with Ryan Ryder and Glenn Blanchard 35th and 36th. My apologies. 37th place goes to Kent Kruger and Corey Mitchell. We just talked to Corey, starting almost tail on the field, so we'll see if Corey and Kent can try and find their way through. Ethan Boyle and Connor Menard rounding out the top 40, with Aaron Law, Harrison Neely, Andrew McMurray, and Joshua D rounding out your 44 car field. Looks like Joshua D has not grid up, so it will be a 43 car field here for heat number 2. Our drivers out there on the pace lap. Again, 20 minutes action coming your way. This will be the final feature race of the evening. We'll see now James Newell start on pole for race number 1. He led from green flag to checker flag. Had his teammate Charles Wolfe behind him the entire race, running gunner. Jim Fleece separated them for about a lap or so. Got himself into second. Wolfe was able to capitalize, get back around him on the last lap. This time Feliz and Lathrop are going to start out front. Can they mimic what we saw happen between Newell and Wolfe, where they held off the charge? Find out here shortly. Let's see who else we got started a little further back. Tony Wallace, saw him wrapped up in an incident with Jonathan Cooper. Wasn't all that happy about it on the radio. Cooper apologized afterwards. Michael Brock, he started up towards the front, had an unfortunate incident for him, got wrapped up with Kelly Greenhoe. He's going to start in 12th place. Kelly Greenhoe himself eventually got wrapped up in the incident with Michael Brock. He was able to work himself back up into 7th place. Let's see what he does. Brian Zinn started a little farther back in the pack for race number 1. Worked himself up towards the front with Parker Dime. Over on the AM side, Meinhardt and Smith, our top 2 AM drivers, going to start in 17th and 18th place. Can they continue their good evening, try and find a way up towards the front or stay at the front of their pack? The field heads into the penultimate corner here. 1 left-hander, 1 right-hander, and then a whole lot of Angry Bee Mazda machines. Thomas Lathrop, I believe this is his first race in the league here this evening, so welcome in to him. And here we go, through the final corner we go. Barney has the green flag in hand. Things about to kick off. Green, 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 and away we go. Jim Felice trying to find a way around the outside of Lathrop. Lathrop looks like he's going to hold on to top spot into turn 1. Newell and Wolfe still side by side. Oh, very late on the brakes there for Lathrop. Really throws it into turn 1. Newell trying to make a move on the outside of his teammate Charles Wolfe as they head up through the S's. Looks like Wolfe going to tuck in behind him. Top 4. They're off and away. Newell's gotten ahead of Wolfe. We've got Cooper and Greenhoe going side by side as they head up the short chute into the bus stop. Zinn on the inside. Cooper has Parker Dime pushing him. Zinn pushing Greenhoe. It's like both Zinn and Greenhoe getting ahead of Cooper into the bus stop. Cooper tries to send in deep on the inside. Can't quite get that overlap on Greenhoe. Greenhoe is sliding a little bit through the exit of the bus stop. Now it's Zinn and Cooper side by side as they head into the boot. Cooper with the inside line. He'll hold on to that position. Zinn in danger of losing a spot here to Parker Dime. So go on board here with Dime. They're going to get themselves single filed up here. They want to do that. They don't want to let the leaders get away. We saw that top 4 able to break away, and that's pretty much all she wrote for the rest of the pack. They're pretty much battling amongst each other for the rest of the race. Feliz now has fallen back into 4th place. Newell around him. So we're having a look at what was going on back there. Newell and Wolf moving around Feliz and Lathrop. See if Lathrop able to find a way back around Newell. See if we can pick up where that pass went down. Not seeing anything flagged though for some reason. Let's see here. See where Charles Wolf was able to get around Jim Feliz as they worked their way through the toe of the boot up towards the heel. Feliz on the inside line, but Wolf was able to carry a little more pace in through the heel and make that pass stick. Newell had already got around at this point in time. So we head back live. James Newell back up top where he started race 1 and where he's been in race 1. Or sorry, race 2. Let's go back a little farther back here. Michael Brock in behind Sam Swan. Just to get a steady stream of cars, basically first place all the way back to, oh man, I want to say it was car number 4, Brandon Banks. He's basically the last car in this pack of 37 cars, still all within draft of each other. Just to give you an idea of the timing tower there, the orange colors are cars that are within half a second of each other. The blue colors are cars that are under a second of each other. That means they are all within draft of the car ahead of them. It's a ton of action up and down the field here. Let's bring in the picture-in-picture. So we'll look at that kind of secondary battle pack in behind. We got Jonathan Cooper, Parker Dime on the inlay. Brian Zinn and Joseph Barr just ahead of him. We got our leader, James Newell, just ahead of Lathrop. Wolf and Feliz leading the way. These drivers looking very content at the sharp end of the field to stay in tow here, stay lined up. We have Stanimal in chat here saying, I recognize the Lathrop driver. He wrecked the LME PCC once. Well, we know who Stan Hammonds isn't cheering for in chat is Thomas Lathrop. Right now in second place is Lathrop trying to chase down Newell, but he has a mirror full of Charles Wolf. See here if Wolf able to find a way around. As we still got that battle between Dime, Marr, Cooper, Zing going on in the inlay. Looks like they were able to all get around Joseph Marr. They moved themselves up a little farther. See Sam Swan in the Batman machine. He's the next car in behind Joseph Marr, potentially to try and take that spot away. He has Michael Brock in tow. Michael Brock a little wide through turn 1, trying to maximize his pace. He's going to sacrifice a 1X. He's going to sacrifice his clean race to do that. Looks to the inside of Sam Swan. Up the backstretch they go. Joseph Marr up ahead of them, giving Parker Dime a little bit of a boost, but we got a challenge up front. Lathrop trying to make the move on Newell into the bus stop, up and over the curbs. He's able to collect up, though. We see a number of drivers lose that in race number 1. Lathrop holds onto it, though, but that's going to close the gap between Newell, Lathrop, Wolf, Feliz, Lemke right there, too, as well. Lemke thought about looking to the outside of Feliz. In through the carousel they go, back into the boot. Kelly Greenhoe there, too, as well. Zane Cooper, Dime, not too far back, just kind of watching what's going on. To go on board here from Kelly Greenhoe's roll bar. Kind of watching that action all up ahead of him, keeping tabs on what's going on. We see Lemke ahead of him go a little wide in through the toe of the boot. Got a little squirrely there. He was able to collect it up. Sad that Roman hasn't reverted back to his Coors livery. I agree with you, Jen. We need to get that back. It's just not the same watching him drive in a flat gray car out there. It's a little too incognito here for Bykoff, but I say that he's got some damage on the front end of that car, so he hasn't been without incident. But speaking of incidents, it's like Jason Meinhardt, Sean Kapinski might have got wrapped up in something. Let's take a quick look here what happened to them. Meinhardt crossed the line. Oh man, looks like he's lost. It might be a hardware connection, or maybe he tagged the outside wall. Looks like he went off track, came back on. Let's see exactly what happened. Oh yeah, heavy impact to that outside wall. Oh man, and then Meinhardt, unfortunate bystander of that incident. Ouch. Carnage there. That'll be the end of the race for both of those drivers. And then at the same time, Connor Bernard, let's take a look what happened. Oh, blew his engine. Student driver machine heading into the heel of the bus stop, downshifted too early, puff of smoke, and out goes the little 2-liter engine in that Mazda. Does not like that. Up front, Newell's leading the way over Lathrop, Wolf, Feliz, Lemke, and Greenhoe. They fan out 2-3 wide into the bus stop. Lathrop going to make his play for top spot. Looks like Newell just backed out and gave it to him. That's going to hook him back up with his teammate, Charles Wolf. The MAV Motorsports teammates now back nose to tail, second and third place. Jim Feliz, Brian Lemke right in there, rounding out the top 5. Kelly Greenhoe still holding down 6th place, although he looked to the outside of Lemke. Lemke a little slower through the carousel. Brian Lemke, we've seen him going wide through a lot of these apexes, these corners. He's trying to carry a little more pace, but seems to be compromising his exits. Oh, John Cooper, late dive up and around Parker Dime. What a move by Jonathan Cooper. Tired of waiting around, he's going to make the move around Parker Dime. It's going to tuck him in behind Brian's in. So that's going to move Cooper back to 8th place. He's still down 2 spots from where he started this one. Zinn and Greenhoe occupying those 2 positions that Cooper's lost. Oh! Parker Dime. Concertina effect there between Cooper and Dime. Dime gets into the tail of Cooper. That's going to cost him a little bit of time now. Michael Brock looking to the inside here. Brock looking to the inside of Dime, trying to make the move. He's not going to be able to do it. He's going to tuck in behind. He's got Tony Wallace, Joe Samar, Spencer Bodway, Gregorio Moreno, and Michael Tannegretta in behind there. Again, Tannegretta, our camera car, will bring him back in, see he's working the wheel. And a little bit of a mic shake there, so a lot of vibration going on for Michael Tannegretta. Roman Bykoff into the wall. He's trying to find a way around the Batman machine of Sam Swan up ahead. Tannegretta going to go side by side with Swan as they head up through the S's. It's looking a little racy in behind. We see Bykoff giving Swan the bump draft here. Let's go on board here with Bykoff. Oh, he's going to try and make it 3 wide. This is a very Roman Bykoff thing to do. There's no way they're all going to survive this if they head into the bus stop. Something's got to give. Somebody's going to back out of this. Let's go to the blimp cam. This could be exciting. 3 go in. Swan on the inside. Oh, there it is. A little bit of a tag there from, I believe that was Joshua Soto into the side of Tannegretta, but somehow all 3 of them made it through. So I'm gonna, I thought it was gonna be carnage, but hats off to them. Is that Guns behind Brock? Where's Michael Brock? I've lost track of where Michael Brock is here, Jen. Tony Wallace up into 10th. I'm not sure what happened to Michael Brock. Did something oh, he's fallen down. Brock into the pits. Let's see what happened to him. He did. He went off track. Let's see what happened to Michael Brock here heading into the bus stop. It was Tony Wallace in behind him. Oh, he just got up on the curb, similar to what we saw happen to Roman Bykoff in race number 1. Oh, man. That's going to end Michael Brock's race. So rough race for him, unfortunately. See Parker Dime leading this pack here of Tony Wallace, Justin Meyer, Spencer Bodway, back up to the front. Lathrop leading the way. Newell still trying to find a way around him. Saw Lathrop take the lead a couple laps ago. He's been able to hold on to it. Will Newell make a move into turn 1? Will he hold on and try and find another way? Oh, looks like he's actually going to work with Lathrop, giving a little bit of a bump draft into turn 1. Either that or trying to send him into turn 1 a little bit quicker than he's expecting. That is always a move to as well. Stan will know that well in chat. Give that driver ahead of you a little bit of bump draft, send them into turn 1 a couple of miles an hour quicker than they're used to, and hope that they blow their brake marker. But Brian Lemke now up into 4th place. He's in behind Charles Wolf. He's gotten around Jim Feliz. Feliz now down to 5th place, down 3 spots from where he started. Lemke going to try and go the long way around Wolf. Oh, he goes wide through the exit of the bus stop. That might cost him a couple of spots. Wolf going to get back around, but Greenho now looking up the inside. He's going to try and take that spot away from Fleas. Fleas bleeding spots here now. We saw him start on the front row, falling back now into 6th place as Greenho is going to get around him. Cooper and Zinn now smelling blood in the water, trying to find a way as we go on board here with Zinn. We know he's got Cooper just in behind. Cooper on the left side. Unfortunately, he's going to be hung out to dry and nowhere to go for Jonathan Cooper there. So head back up to the sharp end of the field. Lathrop still leads the way. We've got some lap traffic coming up ahead. We got the student driver machine that we saw blow the engine earlier. It's back out on track and up ahead. Well, hopefully he pulls off the side, lets this battle through. So our top 2 cars starting to break away from the rest of the pack. Stankill is out. Corey Mitchell, what are you doing in chat? We've lost Corey Mitchell again. Kent Kruger is in 31st place. Corey Mitchell. Kent, unfortunately, all on his lonesome now that Corey's left him. Our leaders heading through the final corner. Down the front straight they go. There's that lap car up ahead. Will he move? He should. It is a rule of the league. Your lap car, move over and let them through. Newell looking content still to bump draft Lathrop up ahead. As we've got just under 7 minutes to go. We went 9 laps, I believe it was, in race number 1. So that's 4 laps left. Still plenty of time for our drivers to try and make a move. Oh, the 244 of Connor Menard. He's going to move over to the left here now, recognizing the leaders coming through. Thank you, Connor. Comes the lead battle into the bus stop. Will Newell make a move now? No, content staying behind, which is surprising. I thought he'd be more apt to try and work with his teammate Charles Wolf. We saw the two of them basically work together the entire Heat 1. Wolf now having to deal with Brian Lemke. He's going to need a little help from Lemke and possibly Greenho here and Fleas if they want to try and get themselves back up front. As Fleas starting to move back up towards the front. He's gathered himself up. He's moved back around Cooper. Cooper's moved around Zinn. Something happened to Joseph Mara. Let's take a quick look at what happened to him. Oh, wrapped up in a wreck here. Soto, I believe that's either Dime or Dilt. I'm not sure which one of the Sunoco cars it is. Oh, man, Sam Swan comes in, gets into the side of Soto. See if maybe we can catch a little better angle of what happened there. Let's see here. Up on board with Josh Soto. He's going side by side with Sam Swan into the bus stop. See Mara go wide. Oh, he tags the Sunoco car. Unfortunately, the road just closes for Soto. Nowhere to go. Tries to get back on track. There comes Sam Swan. Almost gets into the side of Soto. Soto tries to avoid him. And off goes Joseph Mara. Hold the line, student driver. That's correct. Up front, though, status quo. Lathrop and Newell working their way. See here how long that carries on. Eventually, one of these drivers is going to try and get a little more aggressive, try and make the move. Let's bring up our picture. We go a little farther back in the pack. We got Kurt Moss. He's trying to chase down Rowan Bykoff up ahead of him. Austin Dilt's in tow. So I'm going to say, I think that was potentially Austin Dilt's Sunoco car that got tagged by Joseph Barr. Let's park our dime a little farther up the track, but there we go. We see Newell potentially showing the nose on the inside. Lathrop still up front, pump drafting, but Wolf and Lemke starting to reel them in. Let's go on board here with Lemke. See that gap closing to the duo up ahead. Smooth through the bus stop for Lemke. Or sorry, for Wolf, closing that gap. Lemke in tow, still in draft. So see Bykoff getting caught by Moss now with Diltz in tow. They've got, what do they got? Moreno and Bodway not too far up ahead of them. So going to be a 5-car battle there shortly for 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th positions. You see our lead pack here now stretches all the way back the entire top 10 within draft of each other. Jim Fleas up in behind Kelly Greenho. Greenho try to stay in tow of Lemke up ahead. 1.2 seconds back. He's in danger of losing the draft here. It's about 1.2 seconds on the Mazdas. So Kelly needs to find the pace here, push the limit. Gonna need a little bit of help from Feliz and Cooper as well. Some bump drafting from them to push forward. So we're gonna have 2 more laps to go once they cross the line. Let's see, who else we got battling here? Joshua Soto. Saw him charge up to the middle of the field in heat number 1. Fairly stagnant though, only picked up 2 spots this race. Brandon Banks, he's battling with Keegan Garrig. It's a battle for 24th and 25th place. Sean Giroux, our top AM driver right now. He's got 5.4 seconds over Joshua Smith, second place AM driver. He's got Joshua Soto just up ahead of him as he continues to battle with Sam Swan. To see them battling here for a number of laps. Sean Giroux, catbird seat, just watching that battle up ahead of him. Doesn't really have much to play for here. He's top in AM class. Points are doled out where you finish in class, not in the overall position. So Sean doesn't have any need to get involved in this battle. Just sit here and watch it. He's well ahead of Joshua Smith, who is just ahead of Ozzie Sulu, but they are in different classes. Up front, our leaders have been reeled in by Wolf and Lemke. Brian Lemke potentially in the best seat in the house here if it comes to blows in top spot. Oh, we hear somebody on the radio. Could have been an incident here. We'll see if we catch a Parker Dime. Might have been involved in an accident. Kelly Greenhoe too as well. See if we can pick up what happened to Kelly Greenhoe. I believe it might have been Connor Menard. Might have kicked this all off here. See, oh, the birds. Birds are real after all. And Connor Menard, our lap car, off wide. He's going to let them through, so he did not set that off. Let's see, Jonathan Cooper. He's got Greenhoe just ahead of him. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide. Cooper trying to force the 3 wide. Oh, things kind of came to a close into the bus stop. Oh, man, that sets off Greenhoe into the back of Feliz. Cooper looks like he was able to make it through, but unfortunately Greenhoe and Feliz did not. Oh, Kelly Greenhoe just got shot across there. We'll see if we can get a better look here at what happened to Kelly Greenhoe setting in there. All right, here we go. Greenhoe. Oh, man. Oh, Parker Dime unfortunately tried to get through, but just tags the back end of Kelly Greenhoe. Now I hear Kelly Greenhoe on radio saying, "Good job, Jim." I'm not necessarily sure that was Jim Feliz's fault here. Let's see if we can take another look from the camera. Let's go chase cam. So we got Cooper trying to force the 3 wide. You know what? I think that was just a race against it. Feliz came over a little bit, but I'm not necessarily sure why they were trying to go 3 wide through there. It was never going to end in tears, or sorry, it was always going to end in tears going 3 wide into that section. Either way, our top 4, that's going to open up a bit of a cushion there for them. 5 seconds over 5th place. Brian Zinn leads the secondary pack now. That is Zinn, Wallace, and Cooper, as they've lost a number of drivers off the back, but Newell leading the way back on top. He's gotten around Lathrop, but we're having a look at the replays. See if we can catch a look at how that went down here for James Newell. He's going to do it into the bus stop. Worked his way to the far inside of Lathrop. Alongside, is he going to clear him before the bus stop? He is. Lathrop backs out, gives him that position, wisely recognizes that just saw what happened in their mirrors in behind. They didn't want to have a repeat. This is the final lap. Oof, Lathrop up on the curb. Couple more corners to go here for these drivers. Can Newell hold on? Can he go back to back? Heat 1 and the feature race. Can Lathrop hold off a charge from Charles Wolfe? Can Brian Lemke potentially take it all if something happens here in the final corner? Newell looking solid. He's going to keep it off the wall, maximize his exit here. There they go across the line. James Newell going to go back-to-back. Thomas Lathrop in second. Charles Wolf ran out the podium. Brian Lemke outside looking in for a podium position here in the feature race. Is in Wallace Cooper going to round out your top 7 with Gregorio Moreno coming home in 8th. Roman Bykoff just ahead of Austin Diltz, who rounds out your top 10. Ryan Ryder, nice race for him, up 20 spots into 15th place. Sean Giroux going to hold on to top spot in AM class. Well done to him. Joshua Smith going to come home final step in AM class. Justin Back and Chris Diaz battling to the line. Diaz's car looking a little worse for the wear, but he's going to hold on to 18th place. Kent Kruger, rough race for Kent, although he's up 13 positions, taking advantage of some others' misfortunes. It was Kent's misfortune in race number 1. He's taking advantage of those misfortunes by other drivers in race number 2. Michael Tannegretta, one of those drivers who had misfortunes that Kent Kruger's taking advantage of. He's down 9 spots into 25th place. He's going to cross the line. Paul Bailey taking over the Coors Lightning machine here for Roman Bykoff. Nice 7-position gain for Bailey. Sean Kapinski and Aaron Sunday. A couple more corners for these drivers to go. Both of them down 3 positions and 2 positions respectively from where they started. Yes, great showing for the Sky Lounge team. Stan Lemke in 4th with Cooper in 7th. No Stan Hammonds tonight. No Tyler Pierre Richards. No Russell Abraham. Aaron Sunday going to be our final car on the lead lap. Only 28 cars in the feature race on the lead lap after the 34 we saw in race number 1. So as Sunday crosses the line, that's going to wrap things up here for the feature race. Let's take a look at the official results as Aaron Sunday parks it in the runoff section. James Newell takes top spot ahead of Thomas Lathrop and Charles Wolf. Rounding out the podium, Brian Lemke in 4th with Zinn in 5th. Wallace Cooper, Moreno Jr., Bykoff, and Diltz. Round out your top 10 with Sam Swan in 11th. Top AM driver goes to Sean Giroux in 12th, Kurt Moss in 13th, Isaac Sulu in 14th, with the rest of the AM podium in 15th and 16th. That's Ryan Ryder and Joshua Smith. Joshua Soto in 17th with Christopher Diaz in 18th place. 19th goes to Justin Bach with Garrick, Banks, Blanchard, Mealy, Kruger, and Tannegretta rounding out your top 25. Paul Bailey in 26th place with Kapinski and Sunday. 28th and 29th goes to Parker Dime and Spencer Bodway rounding out your top 30 drivers. Kelly Greenhoe in 31st with Connor Menard, Jason Meinhardt, Dylan Foster, and Jim Feliz rounding out your top 35 drivers. Marr, Law, Brock, Harrigan, and Mitchell, they're all in the infield care center. That's your top 40. Ethan Bull, Andrew McMurray, Matt Bond out early on, and Joshua D did not hit the grid this evening. So there we go. That wraps up 2 electrifying races here at Watkins Glen, track that always delivers. Next week we head to Mid-Ohio. It's going to be a completely different setup there, as we've been to a number of draft tracks here to kick off the season. Mid-Ohio, definitely not a draft track, although it has a couple long straights, but it's going to be real interesting to see how our drivers prepare for Mid-Ohio. It's going to be more of a driver's track, less of a draft track, but we got a couple of drivers in the booth here waiting to chat with us. Let's see who we're going to bring in first. Let's bring in our back-to-back winner here, James Newell. James, congrats. I believe it's your first race in the league, and you go back-to-back here in both races.
Yeah, this race was a lot of fun. Just nice, clean racing from these people up front. Just straightforward from start to finish. Charles Wolf, my teammate, Mav Motorsports, helped me out a lot, giving me a bump when I needed it most. It was lots of fun. My Mav buddies were like, "Hey James, you should hop in with this league with us," and I'm like, "All right." And checking it out, 44 entries. This this was a very good race. Lots of fun, clean, all the good stuff.
Yeah, this league has been growing exponentially the last couple seasons, and as you mentioned, your Mad Motorsports buddies have been here since about halfway of the last season, and they've been competitive and bringing a lot of your teammates on board. But looks like you, as you mentioned, Charles Wolf, Tony Wallace is up there too as well. Gregorio Moreno finished up in the top 10, so strong showing by your team. But are we going to see you next week at Mid Ohio?
Man, I love Mid-Ohio, but I will be out of town. I won't be able to make that race. For those who don't know, I race IRL, so I got responsibilities outside of the sim.
What do you give us a little insight, James? What do you race IRL?
Well, I've been racing go-karts for 10 years, and now I've moved to Spec Miata. This is my first year doing that. And man, I've never had more fun racing than in Spec Miata at a SCCA Super Tour. Always a blast. With Krug Speed, always so much fun. And thanks to Simcraft hooking me up with this awesome sim, I've been able to practice and put good finishes in all those races.
That's awesome stuff, James. Well, we'll give you a best of luck while you're out there doing that. And
Thank you.
absolutely, this will set you up perfectly. We see a number of the Mazda drivers in the IMSA series, Whelen Mazda series, come in iRacing all the time, and no doubt they're very competitive. So hats off to you. Before we let you go, James, anybody else you want to give a shout out here too?
Definitely Mad Motorsports again, all the people there. Simcraft again, they provide me with the best equipment. And Kevin Ross, he's been my tech guy. He's gotten me where I am now, coaching me. And of course, my family, my biggest supporters, they are always there for me. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome stuff. James, take care, and hopefully we'll catch you in a couple weeks.
All right, sounds good. Thank you guys. See ya.
That was James Newell, our top pro driver. He won back-to-back, but let's bring in our top AM driver. We haven't talked to this gentleman in a long while. Sean Giroux, top spot in the feature race in AM class. Strong showing in race number 1. Overall, Watkins treated you well.
Yeah, it did. Definitely surviving the chaos that was going on in front of me in that second race there, and in the first race too.
We head to Mid-Ohio next week. Do you feeling confident you can come in and replicate your finish here tonight?
I'm more confident with Watkins Glen than I am in Ohio. I'm definitely have to put in some work at that track.
How did you manage to keep yourself out of trouble tonight? I noticed we kind of hopped on board there with you towards the end of the feature race, where I believe it was Soto and Swan were kind of going door to door for the most part for a couple laps ahead of you. It looked like you kind of just laid back, watched what was going on there. You recognized you had a nice gap over second place, didn't have to force anything. Was that kind of the way you looked at everything here tonight? Just don't force anything, let what comes to you come, and stay out of trouble?
Yeah, pretty much. Just was paying attention to what was going on in front of me, and take the opportunities as they came to me. Trying not to get involved in the incidents.
Worked out for you in the end. Before we let you go here, Sean, do you have any shout outs you want to give out to anybody watching at home?
Just shout out to my other teammates out there. Brian Zinn, Derek Tyndall, Donald Mensing, those guys,
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, take care, Sean, and hopefully we see you battling for an AM championship here for the rest of the season. Take care.
Yep, take it easy.
That was our top AM driver, Sean Giroux. Let's bring in our second place finisher, Thomas Lathrop. Thomas, heck of a battle there in the feature race. Couldn't quite take the top spot away from James Newell, but second place in the feature race and fourth place in the heat number 1 overall. That's probably a decent showing here tonight.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. This is actually my first week with this series, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I certainly did not expect to be fighting up front. So that invert for the feature race was a surprise for me, and I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Starting on pole, and somehow we survived 3 wide into the bus stop on the first lap, which was fun, but a little bit sketchy. But James, honestly, he pushed the pace in that race, so I wasn't surprised that he got by me. When they came towards me in the bus stop on the last lap of the feature race, it was really just about stopping the bleeding and making sure not too many of them went by. And luckily, just James did. I was happy with that. And overall, it was an awesome race. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we've been coming to Watkins almost every season here in the Mazda. It's always a fan favorite in this league, and there's a couple of monumental lap one wrecks up through the S's where we've had 20-25 cars wreck. So thankfully we didn't see that tonight. But are we going to see you for the rest of are we going to see you for the rest of the season?
I'm going to be
Thomas?
here as much as I can. I really appreciate you guys put this on. The racing has been really clean. And more than anything, I was just grateful for how drafty the MX-5 is, because I don't think I would have been able to hang with these guys otherwise. But I appreciate it. Keep racing so clean, everyone. I appreciate that.
Next week we head to Mid-Ohio. Is it a track you're comfortable at? It's definitely not one of the more drafty tracks, I guess you'd say, in a Mazda. It does have a couple decent straights on it, but overall it seems to be more of a driver's track compared to a lot of the tracks we've been to this season.
Yeah, I think there's a couple straights there that are long enough that it's tempting, especially the back straight as you head into the China Beach corner. There's definitely going to be moves there. But the rest of the track is kind of single file, and I do enjoy it. I got to race there a couple times in the last 2 years in person. It is a beautiful track, and I do enjoy racing there. So I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent stuff. Well, before we let you go, Thomas, do you have any shout-outs you want to give to anybody watching at home?
No, I just appreciate you guys for putting this on, and can't wait to be back.
Excellent stuff. Well, we'll see you next week at Mid-Ohio, and hopefully, again, you're battling up towards the sharp end of the field.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Take care. That was Thomas Lathrop, a second and fourth place finish here for him tonight. And let's bring in our final interview for the evening, Tony Wallace. Tony, you got yourself into sixth place in the feature race. You had a little bit of an incident there in race number one, dropped you back into deep in the top 15, but you're able to recover nicely in the feature race. But I know we've talked before, you're not a fan of the real drafty tracks. Watkins, definitely a draft track, but how do you feel your night went after all said and done?
Not too horrible after what happened in the first race. Kind of disappointed in that. I looked back at the clip and there was nothing I could really have done. He kind of surged, and luckily he made the turn because of me. But it's all good. I made up for it in the second race and fought through a lot of traffic to get up there. I loved being up there with the MAV Motorsport team, and we were just kind of like pushing each other there for a bit, and I was kind of hoping to continuing to do that, but maybe next time.
Yeah, a strong showing in the feature race by your MAV Motorsports teams and yourself. We had first, third, sixth, eighth, and look and see where Michael Tanagretta 25th. So, 5 cars in the top 25. Can't argue with that. But Mid-Ohio, definitely a different track than we've been to start the season. It's a less drafty, more of a driver track. How you feeling heading there?
I'm okay at Mid-Ohio. I'm not like super confident. We'll see what everybody else is putting down. That's when I'll judge what I'll be able to do. I know me and Charles will probably put in some practice since James won't be there. And we should have a good showing. I'm hoping we continue to be up in those top five spots. Yeah.
Excellent stuff, Tony. Hopefully you can make it clean through next week at Mid-Ohio. Give us any shout-outs here you have before we let you go.
Of course, shout out to the MAV Motorsport team. Shout out to Charles and James for really pushing the pace. I've always been chasing them, so it's been fun. So yeah, that's it.
Well, excellent stuff. Best of luck next week at Mid-Ohio, Tony, and I suspect we'll see you, if not battling for the very sharp end of the field, somewhere in the mix, no doubt. So take care, and we'll talk to you then.
Thank you.
So that'll wrap things up here at Watkins Glen, week 3, round 5 and 6. We still have a number of races to go. Still 9 more weeks to come. Plenty of action, as I mentioned. Next week we head to Mid-Ohio. Definitely a different track setup than we have been to so far. Monza last week, Watkins Glen this week, and Road Atlanta kicked everything off. So definitely a change of pace. It's a track also that not a ton of drivers are all that familiar with. The track I really like, but for some reason it's not all that popular in iRacing. But Should be a ton of fun. A lot of elevation changes, some blind corners, and it's going to be real interesting. So catch that action next week, same time, same place. For Racer Nexus, I'm Rob Campbell. We'll catch you then. Till then, bye for now.